Camera's on. Okay, we're live. This is so weird. We're in the same location this time. Hello, everybody. All 5 people who are probably tuned in so far.
Where can you see the stream? I've never seen it from your angle.
Oh, like how many people are
like
on?
Like the host angle.
So it occasionally shows like a counter of how many people are on, like I think up here. But it doesn't always show it. And then like I can't actually see where the comments are like tuning in unless I like go on LinkedIn.
Oh, because I can see comments come in.
So if I click the chat, I think it pulls them up. Yeah, it pulls up there, but they aren't up by default.
Got it.
Okay. Meg and I are both in San Francisco. Therefore,
both at our office.
Yeah. If you guys, we can show the office.
Yeah, give them a little tour.
We have, all right, this is our Chief Compliance Officer. He's a bear. That's Gigi. Gigi, turn around and say hey to all the watchers. I'm not going to do a full tour, but we have like 2 phone booths, timeout booths, 6 desks, a table, 2 couches, a couple chairs, 2 meeting rooms. So we have a viewer. This is the YouTube viewer. Oh, let's go. Okay, good. There's probably LinkedIn viewers. Those still track. So welcome to Slow Ventures HQ. We're back. Sorry we took off last week. Megan was airborne, and they actually don't let you live stream on planes. They tell you that you can use the Wi-Fi for everything but that.
One day.
What?
One day.
One day. We're getting there. Starlink. But we're back. We have interesting, more media-focused conversation today. But to kick it off, Megan, do you think that AI personas are going to replace all creators and make creators unemployed? No.
Well, and I think this is like kind of consistent with what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, which is this trend towards live events.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, it's almost like, yes, it's obviously fun to like engage and support and like be with your community. But I also think to some extent, it's a little bit of like proof of life.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, I can like actually see and touch you. You're a real like bag of flesh, which is good.
I think that the like middle class influencer is probably cooked. I do like the micro influencers too small, but like the like 40,000 follower TikToker that like sometimes gets in on like small brand deals or whatever.
Yeah.
I actually think there's a world where like all of those just get replaced by like AI optimized influencers for like whatever niches, like depending on what the product is.
But like my question would be like, who's creating them? Like brands, such that they don't have to pay real people?
Like maybe because follower count matters less and less, especially on like Instagram and TikTok. Unless you're like big scale, anybody can go viral. So if you can make a persona that like looks like random influencer with like 38,000 followers from like Orange County, who's like Aloe Yoga girly or like right-wing guy doing this or that. Like you can just make an archetype with AI immediately, and then it doesn't have to be a person. Then you don't have to pay him everything, and you still get all the brand exposure if the video works.
I wonder how much though, like legacy real people matter. Like, because if I think about like the number of, and I'm putting aside like creator, because obviously like we do that for a living, but like just like generic influencers, like I actually haven't followed that many net new people in the past probably like 2 years.
Yeah.
Right. And so I have my like OGs, who I've been following for a really long time, and like whatever they're selling, I'm probably buying, or at least some percent of it. And like, I don't think I'm just way less likely to start following or listening to like the next incremental influencer at this point. So like, I think it's going to be a hard game regardless, right? Because you have to 1, like gain traction, and then 2, you've got to sell people on stuff. So, well, I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, unless they do some like really interesting sort of like hook to get to grow. Did you see that? Maybe we talked about this after the Coldplay incident, how some brand started a TikTok pretending to be the daughter of.
I did not know that was a brand. I know what video you're talking about.
With like the fire, and she's like, my whatever. That was a brand account.
So good.
And so like, I think actually there's like, it's more likely for that to happen. And it's kind of like, whether it's AI or not, almost doesn't matter. But I think it's actually more capitalizing on moments like that that we'll start to see more of. And AI just makes that like a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, because you can just like spin it up. If you get the script
totally,
right, nobody actually cares about the person. It's about capturing
completely. So I think we're probably more likely to see that.
I also like. I don't really know
That's my
how.
water.
Huh?
Is that my water?
That's mine.
Oh, it is?
You want one?
I thought that was mine.
Mm,
Never mind. Okay.
it might be yours. I've definitely been drinking it.
It's fine.
It's
Okay,
hours
keep talking.
now.
I'm gonna get a new water.
Sorry.
No,
This-
keep talking.
I forgot. This one was definitely mine. I had a normal water. Okay. I don't think I would, if I were to, I don't know the last time I followed a new influencer either, unless it was like specifically like work related diligence, like person that I know is a real person I'm looking into. But like, I don't know that I would know that they're real. Like if it's, I don't know, somebody with like 40,000 followers, you come across it, it looks real. Like if you're just kind of scrolling, would you know it's a real person? Maybe. That's kind of why I think the mid-level influencers probably cooked. It's like the ladder got pulled up
Yeah, totally.
3 years ago or whatever.
So unrelated, but kind of related. One of my friends is doing, well, actually her husband hilariously just started an Instagram.
Okay.
Or sorry, just started a TikTok.
Even better.
And he's posted probably like 10 videos so far. And the format is the same, start from zero. And the format is the same, which is like day one of trying to turn my wife into a fashion influencer. And he's like always walking, the format is the same. And they're walking down the street being like, day whatever of trying to turn my wife into a fashion influencer. And he like describes her outfit in a guy's terms.
Yep.
And he is already at like 200 followers
Yep.
and has brands commenting on the TikToks.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's like it's kind of crazy how fast it's moving. And I said to her, I was like, I think you're going to be at 1,000. She's at probably like 200
Yep.
or he's at 200. I was like, I think in a couple days you're going to be at 1,000.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of amazing, number one, just to like try to start something from zero and just like see how far you can get, how quickly.
Yep.
But then like kind of goes counter to my point of like, I don't really follow net new people anymore, but TikTok's, I guess, a different world.
There was
But you don't follow people,
I was
but-
meeting with a guy like last week who he runs like a marketing agency now. His girlfriend was like, I guess sort of still an influencer, but the whole thing started on a bit where he basically told her like they wanted to see how quickly they could get a TikTok like 50,000 or 100,000 followers.
Right.
And it was basically if you can get your TikTok to like 100,000 followers in 6 months, like we'll go on this crazy ass trip. So like that actually became the content of like, it was like a very, I don't know, like fourth wall, like breaking through to your audience. The whole point of us doing this is like, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
And then like she got there and just kind of stopped posting. She
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
actually
yeah,
care
yeah,
about
yeah.
being an influencer,
Yeah.
but in the name of how fast can you build audience, people like, I don't know. It's like the husband, like that's a hysterical bit. Like
It's hysterical.
dude commentary because he has no idea what the items are called.
Yeah.
Like, just guy lingo for girls' clothes.
I mean, I think it's actually like it would be an interesting experiment of like, and more importantly, like, so she works at YouTube.
Yeah.
And she's kind of understanding how trash the discovery algorithm is on both Reels and Shorts.
Yeah.
And she's like TikTok, because they're posting, they're cross posting to all
Yeah.
three platforms. And she's like, TikTok is just so good. And she's understanding some of the like inner workings of like what actually counts as a view versus not on each of the platforms. So honestly, it's like not crazy I know we've talked about this before, but like if you were to like start a TikTok, just like see how fast you can get any sort of followership and like figure out a format, experiment. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting.
I'm not opposed to doing that as a like future Jack Rains extracurricular project.
Right.
Just have
Side
to figure
quest.
out what. Yeah, it's a good side quest. Like, can I blow up on? I think I can blow up on TikTok. I don't think it'd be that hard. Okay, so AI is not going to kill the creator economy. That's good. Wait, follow up. Would you invest in an AI creator? Like,
So, do you know Lil Miquela?
no.
So
Is that an
Trevor
AI creator?
McFedries is a friend of ours. He was the creator behind Lil Miquela, which like back in the day, I forget how many years ago, but this is like for sure before kind of like the wave of ChatGPT and whatever. He had an AI, like a synthetic influencer called Lil Miquela, who was actually got signed to CAA or like one of the big agencies, and she was doing like really significant brand deal revenue, and it was like it ended up like he ended up stopping doing it, but like it was kind of this like interesting before its time moment of like, could you basically create an AI synthetic influencer? And he did, right, by all measures of like getting signed, getting brand deals, all this stuff. And she was like, I know, it's pretty cool. Would I mean, I kind of think about it like not too dissimilarly, honestly, from like a pseudonymous account. So I think it just like depends on like the details of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, do they actually have community and fan love, and like, are they, I think we associate like AI influencers with just like slop.
Yeah.
But to the extent they're putting out like really valuable information and have like a super strong community, it's like, I think we should consider it.
And if it's good, there is like the person, right? Yeah, the synonymous thing's interesting because like if
It's
it's
not
actually
just-
good content, there is somebody who's like a puppet master running it who
100%.
has the like insights.
100%. Yeah. And then you ask the question of like, it's also not too dissimilar from like Bluey, right? Or like any of these animation farms of, you know, we met with this crazy animated show yesterday, and their growth has been like astronomical is the only way to describe it. And so it's like kind of interesting, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we would definitely consider it.
What's Bluey worth? Like
A shit ton. I don't
billions?
know. I mean, apparently they're coming out with the Bluey movie, which is gonna like
print.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Paramount potentially buying the Free Press for up to $200 million. Barry Weiss is, if this deal goes through, going to be a top exec there. It's very much like extension cord being plugged into itself. Barry Weiss leaves New York Times to start independent media to get reacquired by CBS parent company to basically run big media. Like, is the end goal for launching your own media company to then get reacquired and basically like run a bigger media company, but like cash out on the way?
I think it depends what you're solving for, right? Like the other example is like Jessica, obviously, in the information. But I think like running a legitimate newsroom is just like really hard. Like you have to employ great writers who are really expensive. You have to employ people who like fact check stories, and it's just like, it's not a hyper scalable, efficient business, you know? And so, but on the flip side, I know we were talking about the Emily thing before, where like, or even like Oliver Darcy, like there's a bunch of these like independent journalists who are going to Substack and Beehive and whatnot, and growing really fast, or like to at the start, either as like teams of one or two. And so my kind of take on all of it is like, my like very unintellectual take is just like very easy to start, really hard to scale.
It's like once you hit the like mid millions ARR, like you can get there on a 3-person team.
Yeah, totally. And I think like even, you know, we've met a lot of these independent, you know, journalists who have so much love, right? And so much like cult like following. And so like the signature is right in a lot of ways, but I think you have to ask yourself, like, are they building businesses that are venture backable? And I think the answer is like probably not. I think it's really hard
because like so much of the value is tied to like the main journalist or creator like it's you can't tough to sell yourself.
Not even that. I just think like these media businesses are just, they have no operating leverage. You know what I mean? Like it's a very expensive business to run. And I think, you know, when we meet a lot of these kind of independent journalists, everyone points to the Free Press as like the upside case. And I'm kind of like, well, sure, but is that the, you know what I mean? Like, is that the right thing to point to? Like, I don't think that's right. You know?
Well, it's like, I don't know, the New York Times is like the biggest, most valuable, like pure play media company, like print media, digital media out there. And it's,
but isn't all their growth coming from like games?
Like if like their last 4 years, I don't know if it's from games specifically, but less than like 30% of revenue is just new subscribers, and like 70% is bundles. And the majority of that includes games and cooking, like recipes, cookbooks, all that, plus Wirecutter. So it is kind of like a games. It's Wordle.
I mean,
it's a wrapper for Wordle.
I do wonder though if you're going to start to see the like bundling of these independent folks, kind of in the way that like Free Press did, right? Who would have, you know, their model was kind of interesting, where they would have like contributors versus like who's actually on staff. And I think it's like, you know, there's a spectrum to it, but you know, could Emily scoop up, not too dissimilar from like Alex Cooper and Unwell? Could she sign her own
like other Substack writers? Well, I'd had that thought before. Like, could you do a Substack roll up and like basically make a new newspaper from first principles? Like get there, and then, because the issue is there's only so many people who will, if you're doing the paid sub model, there's only so many people who will like pay so much a month for one person, and like they're not just paying for the information, like not media company the information, but like the person's information. Like,
didn't the Generalist try to do this? Or
Maybe
someone. I mean, the other big difference
Every
too.
did try to do this.
The other difference too is like I would argue that what Emily is doing is extremely different actually from like an Oliver Darcy and like you know what I mean? Like they're reporting on breaking news that requires like day in and day out coverage, right? And news writing. Whereas Emily is almost more like this is not the right example, but like an Into the Gloss. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Like how Glossier started?
Yeah.
Whereas like I could actually see Emily's business turning into something that we could be interested in or could have venture scale outcomes depending on the direction she builds it. Whereas I think to the extent that the desire is to just build like a new media newsroom effectively, I just think that's hard.
Speaking of old newsrooms, the Wall Street Journal is hiring a talent coach to teach journalists how to be creators. I kind of love this. Two, I feel like there's a very much
who's hiring? Sorry,
the Journal, Wall Street Journal. They're underpaying for it. It's like $90,000 to $110,000 in New York City. I think you're gonna have to bump the price up to really bring in good talent to coach people how to promote themselves.
And so it's just building like personal brand, how to build.
Yeah, it's basically like getting all like. I can click on the job description and see. Let's see. Wall Street Journal jobs, talent coach. The Wall Street Journal is seeking a dynamic talent coach for a new development program focused on ensuring our journalists are equipped with cutting-edge skills in content creation and audience engagement. Reporting directly to the director of the talent lab. So the Wall Street Journal has a talent lab. Blah, blah, blah. It's basically, it's like how to use X, LinkedIn, Instagram.
But like
TikTok.
this exist ever like in so many businesses now. I mean, like this was kind of again slightly different, but like what Lulu Maservio is doing, right?
Yeah.
And so of just like how to talk to your fans, go direct, like build your personal brand. I mean, I just think we're in this world of like you have to do it.
Yeah. I think there's been a thing in like capital J journalism though, where it's almost like looking down on the like. And I thought the same thing. Like every time people are like, "Oh, like X is actually like the front page of Unfettered News." Like, no, it's actually just a comment section on events with like imperfect information that turns into like it can be like an echo chamber spiral where nobody can verify anything. Versus journalism, like they have fact checkers and there's like people fully employed to do those things.
Yes.
But like. Nobody actually reads newspapers. Like nobody reads, like it's like the amount of people who are reading a full thing versus just we all have brain rot and have like a 5-second attention span. Like you actually, to get people to read your long thing, do have to hook them on social media. But I feel like most journalists have like shied away from like being like self-promotional or like being like almost too like headline grabby because historically like I don't know, the like tabloid type of journalism is always seen as cheap, like the stuff that was like in the checkout line at like CVS or the grocery store where it was just headlines about like Prince Harry does
Sugar
this.
Water.
It's like trash. But now that sort of is the only way to get people to read your stuff. Not the only way, but like it kind of matters because everybody's on TikTok or Instagram or Twitter.
Right.
I don't know. Thoughts? Anything?
I mean, I think that's right.
Yeah. I don't know. It is but it's like the talent to like, or the ability to like write well and do good journalism is almost so diametrically opposed to like knowing how to get attention. Like one is almost like such an insular research base.
Well, I think there's a couple ways to think about it, right? If maybe the journal's talent coach or whatever is actually less about putting out clickbait on Twitter and more of like, okay, how do we get you on the right panels and on the right podcasts and basically give you a platform to demonstrate your credibility and like just increase brand awareness. And so the optimistic take is that like, it's more like that and less like, how do you just grow on Twitter? Like, you know,
how do you be a thread boy?
Yeah, exactly.
It's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah. We'll see.
Maybe if they bumped it up 10x, I would go be their talent coach.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I don't think you're going to get a good talent coach for $90K.
That's
it's like 95. Yeah, not going to work. Not New York. Not this inflationary environment.
Yeah.
All right, that's kind of all I had.
Oh, I thought you had more topics.
I mean, maybe. I think that was about it. Do you have any topics to add? Yeah, no, we just kind of went through it pretty fast. I thought the AI creator thing might have more juice. It didn't.
That's okay. What time is it?
Um,
I have a call in 10 minutes anyway.
okay. All right. Well, that's
That
it.
was
Thanks for
short,
tuning in.
short
Yeah.
and sweet. How
See
many viewers?
everybody.
We have one viewer anyway.
I
It
think
doesn't
this
matter.
is fake news.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to YouTube adding their multi-language dubbing feature now?
I think it's great. I think
How does it-
say
how does it-
goodbye to all the startups that are trying to do that.
How does it work? Like, what's the?
I think you just choose instead of like different subtitles that have different languages, you can have the option where it just dubs a completely different language.
But like, it's like the text in Spanish, but the audio would still be.
Spanish.
Oh,
It's
the
like
whole
Everything.
thing.
It's like
Oh,
actual
wow.
dubbing.
Yeah.
What's the was it 11 Labs that was the leader in that?
Yeah. What if-
But does that expand like the creator's audience?
Yeah, totally.
Like niche, like how does that change your strategy?
Yeah, I mean, my one question is like, if you actually want to extend to different regions, I do think that there's a little like losslessness in catering to like the specific culture of that place. Like if you were just to do like one-to-one translation, I think there's gonna be like a little bit that lands flat.
Yeah.
But I just don't know how to size how much that matters.
Like Mr. Beast had a full team doing Mr. Beast Espanol for like the last however
Right.
many years, and now like, do you think he still does that, or is he would probably still have hyper specialized content because like it would like you can get more niche producing it differently.
Yeah, and I think like that's kind of the like jujitsu move is like you can kind of translate your content, but I think translating it in a way that just like hits harder depending on who you're talking to is like the 201 version.
I also like that the new AirPods will translate directly. No point in learning
Yeah,
another
that's
language
crazy.
anymore. Just everybody just speak English.
Yeah, but then I was like, okay, if you're like dating someone who's obviously speaks a different
You
language,
have to
like,
wear
you
your
have to
AirPods
wear
the
AirPods
whole
the whole time.
I mean, it's a great move by Apple. Just give
It's
people
hilarious.
less and less agency, make them more and more dependent on the AirPods.
I do want to try it though.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'll test it out.
thanks Gigi for your input.
Yeah, thanks. You can be a contributor every week if you want to.